let's talk about anal sex. Ching! So I have probably received hundreds of questions about anal sex on my site and in various comment sections. So apparently a lot of you have been wondering, how do I make sure A-Town is ready for action? So this video is going to be centered on anal sex hygiene. Of course, I am open, giggity, I'm open to discussing other issues concerning anal intercourse. Just let me know. First of all, always use a condom. Condom. Condoms aren't just for preventing pregnancy, and anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is a moron. Second, use a lube compatible with your condom. This is very necessary for anal. Third of all, I am linking to a variety of amazing resources in the description about this matter. Check them out. They go so much more in depth, giggity, than my time here allows me to. As much as you might not want to hear this, a lot of it is all trial and error, and you kind of need to learn what works for you in regards to pre-anal intercourse hygiene. What am I doing? You will eventually come to know your body very well. Very well. It is important to be clean inside and out before anal sex for health purposes, and it can also be uncomfortable to the recipient if he or she is not. Now, you have a few options. Some people have amazing digestive tracts. I am lucky enough to be one of them. I know exactly when something is inside me, and that is probably not the best way to phrase that. There's also something to be said for eating and keeping healthy to maintain this healthy digestive tract. However, there are also some ways to clean yourself out on the inside. This can sort of put a damper on spontaneous sex, but if you consider the alternative, I think you'll want to do it. One thing you can do is sort of a mini enema. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Woo, sounds like a water ride. It kinda is. Ooh. One of the sites I'm linking to recommends using an ear syringe and some lukewarm water about 10 to 15 minutes before sex. I've done this, but don't imagine me doing this, please. Please. And I like this method, and I think it works really well. However, since it is a very delicate area, there are some concerns that too much cleaning can put you at an increased risk of STDs and infection, so definitely read up on that too. Also, there is a method you can use where you can still have spontaneous sex, and people are gonna think it's ooky and glooky and glocky, and these are probably not the best words to describe it. And it's also not foolproof by any means. If you find yourself in the position for potential unexpected sex, sometimes you can find an excuse to go to the restroom and check yourself. And by check yourself, I mean lube up your finger and check yourself. Woo! Potty in the bathroom! I just need to stop doing this. I've read a few people who have recommended this method, and it can definitely help and can also loosen you up for the actual intercourse. Obviously, you want to make sure everything is clean before going inside to prevent infection, but then you just whoop, and you know if you're good to go or not. Probably the biggest lesson you need to learn about anal sex is that sometimes you can do everything in the world and shit happens. Quite literally, and then you just have to move on. I mean, you don't expect to go to a chocolate factory without getting a little sample sometimes. That's a really inappropriate metaphor. Of course, this video has just been a brief lesson of what's worked for me with anal sex hygiene. Not that I have anal sex, obviously I'm an angel sent from the good Lord. You should consult your doctor, etc., for questions regarding things about places. And definitely check out the articles in the description for more info. As usual, you can leave questions for future videos in the comment section or on my site at cupofjoeshow.com. I will see you guys Wednesday. I am so sorry, Grandma, if you ever see this, and I just want you to know, Grandmother, that I am a virgin, and I will be a virgin for the rest of my life. Never will I can't even say this stuff with a straight face.